Josh Hart has spoken out on the Pacers' complaints on foul calls, and we have to talk about it because he had a great response. So, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video today because Josh Hart responded to the Indiana Pacers and mainly Rick Carlisle's complaints that the Knicks are getting way more calls than the Pacers and that it's not fair. Well, boo-hoo, Rick Carlisle. This is what Josh Hart had to say, who's also played in New Orleans and Portland in addition to the two biggest markets in the NBA. And when he was asked if he ever felt like playing for a small market team was a disadvantage, he said, F no. That's stupid, bro. You're going to say the big market always wins? The Knicks haven't won a championship in 51 years. So obviously that doesn't hold much weight. I don't fully understand that. Sorry, New York, for the reminder. It's idiotic. At the end of the day, it's who's playing the best. I've never seen a ref shoot a free throw or make a three or miss a rotation. First of all, Josh Hart, don't be sorry for mentioning that. It's not your fault the Knicks haven't won in 51 years. Also, the fact that Josh Hart knows the exact amount of years is something awesome and shows how much he loves this team. But that's a separate note for a different day. Josh Hart came in and chose violence today because he looked at the Indiana Pacers and all their complaints and everything that's been going on with the Pacers, their fans, the 76ers fans, basically everyone complaining that the New York Knicks are getting all the calls and that they're getting none. But in my mind, maybe the Knicks are just better, and Josh Hart's right. The refs are not stealing these games. They're not the one keeping TJ McConnell on the bench, who's the only person on the Pacers who can even guard Jalen Brunson at all. But it's the refs' fault? I don't think it's the refs' fault that Andrew Nembhard is getting put in the blender constantly. I just can't see how you can blame the refs for that. And the Pacers, if you look at something that I'm going to show you in a minute, we're going to see why the Pacers have no grounds to stand on, and also really the 76ers fans don't also, and we're going to clap back at them. But the NBA fined Rick Carlisle $35,000 on Friday, today, for criticizing the officiating in his team's playoff series with the New York Knicks. Now, I find that kind of funny, but also, if you look at guys like Tyrese Halliburton, he's literally mentioned, we can't blame this on the refs. We didn't play well enough. That's what happened. We screwed up. So, Rick, you're fighting a battle by yourself here right now, so let's see how that one goes when even your players disagree with you, and instead of trying to game plan being down 2-0, you're spending all night sending calls and just saying this is wrong to the NBA on certain calls in the game. Now, Josh Hart also said this. Rick's saying whatever he feels. It has nothing to do with us at the end of the day. I think it's pretty disrespectful to us because at the end of the day, we're out playing and competing at a high level. It's not about officiating. It's not about anything like that. So Josh Hart's out here basically just roasting Rick Carlisle for being weird about this whole situation because when you look at it, are we really going to sit around and think, oh, like, this is what a good coach does? Do you think if the Knicks were getting bad calls, like, when they did against the 76ers, Tom Thibodeau was up all night complaining to the NBA? Or was he up all night game planning on how to beat the 76ers? Like that time in Game 2 when Tibbs said, or Game 3, like what Tibbs said, which one? Which technical foul are we talking about with Joel Embiid? Because he committed 2. Now, that was it. That was all Tibbs said, is that Embiid committed 2 techs and only got called for one of them. Then after that, he stopped talking. He didn't file a grievance like Nick Nurse. He didn't stay up all night texting the NBA like a girl who ghosted him and is like, oh, well, this, I'm going to keep sending stuff. It's just an embarrassing look for you as an NBA head coach. Rick Carlisle is a champion. He is a champion-level coach. He is a great coach most of the time. But he has been coaching this Knicks series worse than David Fizdale probably could. And that says a lot as us being Knicks fans, or if any Grizzlies fan watches this for some reason. I don't understand why this is your response, Rick. Like, go out and try to game plan against the Knicks. Don't complain. Now Josh Hart's making fun of you. How could Pacers fans root for their coach when he's doing this? Wouldn't you rather him try to figure out a way to beat this Knicks team that maybe you should be beating because they're missing half their team? But no, you had an open chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and instead now you're down 2-0. You're in Indiana tonight. You have a must-win or you're down 3-0 to the Knicks, and that's curtains. But no, you're complaining. That just seems like a dumb idea, if you ask me. Now, Brian Windhorst literally said, overnight, the Pacers filed 49 calls that they felt were incorrect from Game 2 to the NBA office, according to a league source. And they sent in 29 from Game 1 that they'd previously withheld as well, for a total of 78. That's what I mean. You're out here messaging the NBA like they're your ex who isn't talking to you anymore, and you're lonely on a Friday night drinking a 40 on your, couch or something, listening to, sad music or something. I don't even know, dude. This is seriously where you want to be as a team? You want to be complaining to the NBA that, the calls are unfair. Then, I don't know, stop fouling. It's not like the Pacers are a team that is known for their clean play. They foul a ton, dude. I don't get it. Look at this. Personal fouls. Who leads the NBA on the season in personal fouls? The Indiana Pacers. The same team that leads the NBA in opponent field goal percentage. You guys foul, and you foul a lot. You fouled 54 more times than second place, the Houston Rockets, the only team that also was over 1.7 thousand fouls on the year. Now, the Knicks are down at 25th. The Knicks didn't foul throughout the season, and now you're wondering why there's a discrepancy in calls, which there really isn't even a major one. It's like the Knicks are shooting 40 free throws to the Pacers 10. I don't know why everyone is acting like this is the whole the whole Lakers-Kings series in 2002, or the 76ers Bucks series in 2001 when Iverson was MVP and they didn't want the Bucks to go to the finals because they wanted Allen Iverson versus the Lakers. It's not that. It's not like there's a massive discrepancy in calls. You guys are fouling because it's how your defense has always been since you don't play defense. The Knicks do play defense, and they know how to not foul and play physical while not fouling. Why? Because their coach coaches defense. Rick Carlisle is not telling his team to play defense. Defensive teams go farther in the playoffs. It is a fact. Almost discounting the Denver Nuggets, who are about to lose to a defensively based team, or probably are going to lose to a defensively based team in the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have been awesome. They're the only team in the last 30 years that wasn't in the top 10 of defensive rating who wasn't coming off a back-to-back to win the NBA Finals. The only other teams in history of the last 30 years to win an NBA Finals when you don't have a top 10 defensive rating won the Finals also the year prior. That is it. It is only the Nuggets who had the most efficient offense anyone has ever seen. That is why you're losing. You're not playing defense. You're relying on Miles Turner, who more than anything defensively is a shot blocker, more than a defender. And that's it. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. If you look here, the most free throws attempted, or the most free throws by an opponent team attempted, is the Indiana Pacers. Their opponents attempted more free throws against them than any other team in the league. Now, if you go to the bottom of the screen, because it was as far as it could fit on my screen, and also, again, the teams below wouldn't fully fit my narrative, the Knicks opponents shot 27th for free throws. They were 27th in opponent free throws total, while the Pacers were first. And now you're wondering why the Knicks are shooting more free throws than you. It's blatantly obvious. You guys foul. It's the type of defense you play because you don't play it. And the Knicks do play defense, so they don't foul. It's that simple. And yeah, Jalen Brunson's really good at drawing fouls. Go cry a river. I don't care. No one does. No one cares. He's doing them legally. Now, 76ers fans also, just because I know you guys won't shut up, look who's 6th on this list. It's you guys. This is just a little PS for you guys. And look who's 4th for most fouls committed. The 76ers. Now, again, look where the Knicks are, 25th, and then 27th in opponent free throws. Let's stop this. Stop embarrassing yourself. Just try to beat the Knicks. You should be winning the series. The Knicks are really injured. But no, you're failing. And that's on you. And it's mainly on Coach Rick Carlisle. The same way it's on Nick Nurse. And the fact Joel Embiid was injured. Guys, leave your comments down below what you think. Am I right here? Am I wrong? Am I a biased Knicks fan? Well, regardless, I kind of am to a degree, obviously. I'm a Knicks fan. Every fan of every team is biased pretty much. But comment down below. Like this video. Subscribe to Knicks Digest. It's the playoffs, baby. The Knicks might be injured, but it's all right. We're going to enjoy every moment of this Knicks playoff run. Let's get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's get OG Anunoby healthy, and let's pull off a miracle against the Boston Celtics, who are alarmingly fraudulent. Guys, have a great day. Go Knicks. We win tonight. We're winning Game 3.